Hi everyone, just Kristen here from the Dahlia Sewciety. Have you got time to stop by for a bit of a sewing catch up and a cuppa with me? I hope you're all having a wonderful week. I hope you're getting a bit of sewing time in. Funnily enough, the last couple of days I have caught up with all of my orders and I'm having a wonderful time doing a bit of catch up with some sewing plans that I've had sitting on that sewing desk for so long. I'm also catching up on the second series of Bridgerton because I am dying to catch up on the new season 3 that's out. Are you guys fans of the series? I'd love to hear if you're watching what you are thinking. Don't give me any spoilers though. I'm trying to catch up. I've got Mum catching up by watching the first series. She hasn't seen that yet. And Netflix is something I've had sitting in the back burner for quite a while. I haven't had time to just sit and devour a lot of episodes, but I do love when I'm sewing at the desk to have an episode on the background and have a bit of a cuppa. It's a really lovely time of year to start thinking about planning what I want to sew. I don't really stick to plans very well. I do have things that pop up to inspire me, but I'm not always a great one for sticking to plans. I wanted to show you guys a really cute little cup that I bought here. Getting a bit off track from sewing talk, but I have this beautiful Christina Ricci little leopard print cup and saucer. I just could not resist. I know a lot of you love your leopard prints, but how divine is that? I'd have no affiliation at all with this company, but I really love their gorgeous their tea wares. And when I bought this, they had a promotion going that if you purchased from that range, you got a free little tea strainer, which was beautifully boxed up. And I think this is adorable. So it's a little tea strainer. So I'm not sure if they've still got that deal going, but I will link that in the description box because I do know a lot of you love your leopard print. Lots of stuff arrived in the store last week. I think I was showing you guys all the new wools. A lot of those colours are sold out. We're getting plenty more in the next couple of weeks. This week we've had some brand new magazines come in store. We've got a lot of knitting inspiration. Brand new knitting mags have come in from Germany. They are all in English, but they're the beautiful Making Stories range of mags, which I am so inspired to get some knitting done after seeing all those beautiful Lise Taylor wools fly out the door and all the knitting bags. It's really made me think, could I start up knitting again? Because I know Mum actually picked up something from her knitting bag that was probably a few years old, maybe close to 10 years old now. I'm not sure, Mum. But she's recovering really well from her surgery and she's doing a bit of knitting. So I love flicking through those mags. I'll put some pics up so you can see. So if you're wanting some knitting inspiration, there's plenty of that in store. So that's something we're really happy to be branching out to for you guys. And also something really special coming in the next week or so. I've got some Luminos lights that are coming that you can hang around your neck to light up. If you do crochet or embroidery and stitching and knitting, they are fabulous. So I can't wait to get them in because I'm going to be definitely grabbing some of those for myself, even for reading. And the new Peppermint mags come in store as well. I know a lot of you guys love Peppermint mag, and there's also the free pattern in there. They talk about a lot of different issues as far as sustainability. I'll look at this little one about wildlife warriors there. And the free sewing pattern is the tansy top collaboration with Tay Nguyen from Fashion 360. So yeah, plenty of inspiration for those of you who want to sit down with a cuppa and do a bit of flicking through. Now, talking about the June box, which is coming on, I think, the 9th of June. We're back to Sunday nights again. The Snow Queen, the beautiful theme that's happening there. I'm so excited about this box. The fabric in this is amazing. It is a beautiful European designer brand I think you're going to love. Yes, so that is the 9th of June, and there's lots more imagery coming, a bit of inspiration to let you guys know exactly what that theme will be about. What I've been sewing. Okay, you might notice a new make on here. I've got another Ocean Daze shirt from Pattern Emporium. I could literally have a whole wardrobe full of these patterns, but I might start thinking about some other shirt patterns just because I like to mix things up a bit. I really love this pattern. This is one of my favorites, and you can see I've made it in an art gallery flannel. Now this is the La Vie en Rose, which had sold out, but I have got more on order. I'm not sure when it's coming, possibly be another month away. But if you love this fabric, put your name on the waiting list, and fingers crossed I can get more. But absolutely sews like a dream. It washes beautifully. It feels cuddly. So it kind of feels like I'm doing something wrong. It feels like I've got a pair of pajamas on, and even though I've got jeans and boots on, the shirt, I tried to make it look a little bit more not so pajama-y by rolling up the sleeves, and the collar. I actually made the plain collar, and you notice with the plain collar, of course, you've got that opening up effect, and the underside of this is white, so I actually stitched on a piece of fabric on the underside so that you don't notice the white popping through. That's just being a bit fussy, but I really love this fabric. I love the print. It just feels cuddly and warm and snuggly, but also that bit of bright pop of colour I really love. And I really have a thing at the moment about shirts. I really have a staple autumn-winter wardrobe that I just outlive in, and that is a shirt, a pair of jeggings. Yes, jeggings. Jeggings are fine with a long shirt over the top with some nice long boots. I think it looks wonderful with a nice long cardigan over the top. Love a good long line cardigan. I really love the lightweight ones at the moment because I'm just feeling the heat at the moment. Yes, I am that age. I like a light layered cardigan that I can peel off when I get too warm, and also if I have a nice cuddly shirt underneath, it's not too warm. So I really love a good long line cardigan. I would love to make a couple of Ponte versions. Maybe the Metra blazer from Love Notions. That's one I'm thinking about making soon, and I did say that last year but never got around to it, so I would definitely love to make one of those. Now, as far as shirts go, of course, I love my Ocean Daze. I always make the standard size 14, and I know it's quite oversized. A lot of people will say it seems huge. It's meant to be. I personally take quite a bit off the sleeve. I make the sleeves extended longer. I don't bother with a cuff, but I actually make kind of like my own cuff. Fold the fabric in on itself and then back over and then stitch it down, so I can just have them that kind of length that I can pull them up really easily, and I feel that I don't have the need for the cuff that way, or even the elastic. I've kind of come up with my perfect cuff version without essentially doing a cuff. But yeah, loving the plain collar. I think it really suits with that lower V-neck. So I've got a nice button on here from Arrow Mountain. I'll show you guys up close because you won't see it on the actual pic very well, but these are really cute buttons. So quite a chunky button. And yeah, I'm going to get pics of Mum hopefully soon. And Mum made the oversized shirt in that Robert Kaufman Shetland flannel, and it looks more like a shacket because she wears it open with the chunky buttons, and yeah, it looks really, really lovely. So I've got her into her shirt making as well now. But my latest endeavour of shirt making is a bit more of a dressier take on a shirt. It's the Pimpant blouse from Lise Taylor. I'm making it in the Eglanton Zoe black licorice with the jade flower. Really, really, really different to this style, of course, a bit more dressier, but really love it. I'm going to use some little shiny buttons on there just for something a bit more glam. What I love is that the whole burrito method, but also the rounded collar is really sweet. And it has that yoke that on an angle with the gathered kind of fabric that really falls nicely, and you can have it a bit more sort of cropped or a bit longer. I'm going to play around with the length a bit later on, but yeah, really excited to see that one coming up. I'm halfway through it, so I will definitely be wearing that with a nice pair of black pants and maybe a little blazer or even a pair of jeans and black boots. So that's on the sewing table right now. The next shirt I want to make, I have plans to make the Dejette shirt by Cosette Patterns. Now, a lot of our Cosette patterns have sold out. We are getting more in the next week or so. We've got more rocket jackets coming, plenty of new patterns that will be being restocked. Now, I love this disco checks fabric. I think the colours are really lovely. I can imagine that with like a navy blue cardigan or maybe a red cardigan over the top. But I am going to make the Dejette with that nice pin tucking along the front. I really love the look of the dress that they've got pictured there as well. But it really is a nice time to be thinking about jacket making, and I know last year I made a really nice Atelier Jupe Alex coat, which was a very formal long line lined blazer. This year I'm going to tone it down a little bit, make a few more warm, cuddly or snuggly jackets, so not quite as dressy as that. The jackets I have planned to make, firstly, I am in love with a lot of the new block prints that we have in from India. I am really excited to be making a Hovia jacket. I love the self-quilted effect. Now, I actually bought myself some really thin wadding, the thinnest I could find, because I want to be doing it double-sided and possibly even reversible. Many years ago, I made a tamarack jacket and did that. And I didn't wear it quite as much because I think the fabric itself was a bit more, with the greys and pinks, a bit more quilty looking, the quilted cotton looking, and not my colours particular, or not something I would wear a lot. I wanted something I could tone back with the wardrobe. So what I want to do is a nice Hovia jacket. There's so many options on this pattern. It's one that's been around for a little while. It's been very popular, but there are so many different versions, and I've also seen it done in boiled wool as well. And talking about boiled wool, we are getting a beautiful range of jeweled colour boiled wools. And if you haven't sewn with boiled wool, it is a real treat. So that could be a possibility for another Hovia jacket. But I love a lot of the Tazudi jackets done in boiled wools as well. I've got lots of episodes on that. So it's not as hard as it seems. Quilting your own jacket, it seems like a lot of work, but I remember looking at the tamarack pattern years ago, and it was just a matter of drawing chalk lines in the direction that you want to do your sewing lines. If you want to do like a diamond pattern or just like square panels, you can do that. So my suggestion is, if you don't want to have a real bulky style jacket, use the thinnest possible wadding, or you can use no wadding. You can simply use the fabric itself. And another tip I had many years ago was also, if you don't want that kind of feel of the sponginess of the wadding, you can use like a flannel fabric. So even an old flannel sheet will do the job to give that little extra layer of warmth in between your two cottons. So I think I'm possibly looking at the two green prints. There's a tile kind of print and a floral print. Could possibly even do three. I'm just not sure whether to do the one colour or whether to mix and match. I love the mustards as well. So that is something that could be a bit of a labour of love style job. But I know that Deb from DB Designs made a Hovia not long ago, and she was actually really thrilled with how it came up. You could also use a coordinating bias binding. So if you wanted to use maybe one of the other block prints bias bound around that trim, around the edging, you can do that, really tie it all in nicely together. But I also love the look of the jacket that they've got without the quilting. So there's so many different ways you can change the look of that particular pattern. So that is one I'm definitely looking at doing. And we are restocking our Hovias any day now. They should be here. We've got a few people waiting on those. So that is a jacket I am planning on making. I think I'll get plenty of wear out of that. And I like the fact that you can make it into different lengths as well. So quilted jacket. Another one is a pillar jacket. I'm really thinking, get heaps of wear out of that. I think a pillar jacket from Mason Faux Patterns has a really lot of nice details with the darts at the shoulder. It's beautiful in a denim. I think a stretch denim would be amazing in that. So I've got some burgundy stretch denim, but I've also got a bit of that purple denim we had from Cosette a few months back. So whether I want to go stretch denim or non-stretch, you can do either one in those. So that's a perfect style little throw over jacket. The other one I want to do is I think it's called the Atelier Jupe Danny jacket. Now, Christmas time last year, of course, you guys in the Northern Hemisphere had that beautiful teddy fabric from Atelier Jupe. I didn't get it in because I thought there's no way we're going to sell that here in Australia for the middle of our hot summer. I was really hoping Atelier Jupe would reprint it. They may do it again, but it'll probably be at Christmas time again. But I do have some teddy fabric that I've had my stash for many years now in the blue colour, and the Danny jacket is one I would definitely wear. It's a really snuggly jacket with a nice sort of chunky zip. I would love to get some teddy fabrics in store. I think they are just wonderful and cuddly. They're not too thick, even though they look like they've got a thick sponginess to them. They're actually quite a good weight. So this one's got a little bit of stretch. I would love to hear in the comments if you'd love to see some teddy fabrics in the store. Let me know. Would you prefer some plains or maybe some prints? I've seen an amazing looking check plaid or tartan bright colour print that's coming out from one of our suppliers in July, and I may have to snap some of that up because Phoebe and I are in love with that. So that could possibly be another Danny jacket, but that is definitely one I love to make. I really love Atelier Dupes patterns. They are really lovely, thought out, drafted patterns, and very wearable too. And they are also bringing out their high summer collection. We'll be getting that in the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of beautiful, bright printed viscoses and a couple of cottons there. So we decided to get them in store because I know a lot of you guys love the Atelier Dupe range when it comes in. They're highly collectible. They sell out really fast. And I just love it when they bring out the patterns and fabrics to all complement each other. And that's exactly what you can see when you see a print and see the pattern. It comes to get together in the mind's eye a lot more clearer that way. So getting back to wools and knitting, I think I would definitely love to make something simple for myself. I've actually been in contact with a supplier of some beautiful colour Monet wools that we'll probably be getting our hands on very shortly. But I really love the look of a lot of these two-tone colour wools, and I know a lot of you are looking at 8-ply wool. Of course, the finer wool, the Lease Taylor, is just stunning as well. I know a lot of people in Queensland have been purchasing that because, of course, their winters are quite mild, but really lovely for that fine weight knit. So if you're wanting something a little bit chunkier and warm, the beautiful 8-plies we're getting in very shortly would be a gorgeous addition to the store. And I really love the fact that we're trying to embrace a lot of those bold, strong colours in our wool section. We are hopefully going to be getting in our sweater knits very shortly. A lot of you are waiting on some cozy, fleecy fabrics. I will be having an episode out very shortly with all of my favourite wind cheater sweater patterns, jumpers, hoodies, that kind of thing. Some cozy, comfy knitwear for you to sew up. It's a bit of inspiration there because a lot of you do love sewing with knits. So that's all from me today. A bit of a quick catch up, bit of a cuppa out in the garden here. Let me know in the comments below what you're sewing at the moment, and of course where you're watching from. If you're over in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you're getting some beautiful warm weather and you're getting some summer sewing done or maybe planned out. Thanks for watching today. I'll catch up with you all very shortly, and bye for now.